Okay. I guess I'm alive. I guess I'm alive. Well, I am alive, and I guess I'm alive now. As always, I'm gonna wait for a few people to show up in the stream. Okay. Excuse me. Just gonna adjust this camera a little bit better. Anyway, no one's in the stream yet, so just gonna wait. Okay, there's somebody here. Okay. Oh, Shando, MC Pro. Well, shout out to my friend Shando, and shout out to my son MC Pro 30. So check out MC Pro 30. Great channel. MC Pro is my son, an upcoming YouTube star for sure. Okay, 12B Georgia. Hey, bro. I'm glad you're able to. And Carmen Jean, how are you? Hi from Aberdeen, Washington. Yes, Aberdeen, beautiful area. One time I had a chance dropping a load there. Very nice. You know, I love how in Aberdeen you can just smell the ocean. It smells so good. Oh, Andre, Bauer Lawn Care. Yes, hello, Andre, my friend Andre. Haven't met you in person yet, but always nice to hear you. Nice to see you in my chat. And, you know, a few times that we talked on the phone, I enjoyed that. Anyway, so I guess 5 people here, good enough. I'm going to start my stream. So I want to talk about Armageddon. You know, it's been exactly pretty much a week since Hamas attacked Israel, and it's been a crazy week. You know, lots of insane things that happened. You know, lots of people killed, lots of bombing. Seems like war in Israel right now is accelerating and more intense than in Ukraine. You know, Ukraine has been going on soon for 2 years, and don't get me wrong, it's also intense. You know, all you have to look at cities like Bakhmut, and you will see what I mean. It's not just some kind of exchange of, you know, few shells here and there. It's a real war. Anyway, okay, MC Pro, thanks. I'll see you next time. See you later. And in Israel, obviously, it's a pure insanity as well. So, Armageddon, you know. Thanks for joining, Annie. A lot of people refer to Armageddon when they talk about it. They usually refer to a nuclear war. They call it nuclear Armageddon, and some people refer to it as the end of times, which is, you know, partially true. But actual Armageddon is a final battle. If you look in the book of Revelation 16:16, it says there that, you know, all the kings of the earth are going to gather there for the final battle. It's not exactly word for word, but the idea is that. And so, according to that, that's the final battle. So, in my opinion, sorry, not my opinion, my question is are we there yet? Are we pretty much at the final battle? You know, right now it's not looking good, and you know, in my opinion, there's probably going to be a bunch of other battles around the world. Meanwhile, the war in Israel will probably gonna go on while some other conflicts, you know, emerge. For an example, Let's see what Andre Bauer says. Yes, this world is getting darker and darker by the day. Yes, yes, it does. It's getting darker. And speaking of dark, today was solar eclipse. I'm right now in Kansas and it was cloudy. I didn't have special glasses to see it, but anyway, I couldn't. It was pretty cloudy. Anyway, I digress. Sorry. Back to the subject. This war, they already say in Israel, is gonna last, they say, for months. In my opinion, I think it's gonna last for longer than that. Meanwhile, Ukraine, I don't know when that's gonna end. I wish it would end now, because people die by hundreds on a daily basis from both sides, both Russian and Ukrainian side. And other spots of the world, I think, are ready to get ignited, like China and Taiwan, South and North Korea, Serbia. Who knows? There's always some conflicts going on in Africa. And anyway, meanwhile, while those conflicts that I just mentioned probably will start taking place one after another, I think conflict in Israel is gonna just go on. And I hope it's not the Armageddon yet, personally. I think once that happens, I think that's probably gonna be the end, I mean, if you read Book of Revelation, the Antichrist, is gonna rule this world for 3.5 years, and I don't know personally. I don't know what to think. Is it gonna be before the Armageddon or after? If you have any idea, let me know in the comments or in the chat right now, because that has to happen too. And I'm just curious, is it going to be, like, for example, final battle of Armageddon, and then Antichrist is going to emerge, from the shadows? I'm pretty sure he's already here on Earth, Nanya, Texas says good evening. Yes, hi, Nanya, Texas. So, I personally don't know what to think about it, when it's going to be. But in my opinion, I think Antichrist is going to emerge after the Battle of Armageddon. Once he appears, of course, at first, he's going to appear like a good guy to get people's trust. And then he's really going to show his true colors, Lots of people think Antichrist is the Obama. Who knows? Maybe he is. I would think that Antichrist is supposed to be probably younger guy. Obama, he's probably now 60 or more. I think he was in his 50s when he was a president. So let's see. The Watchman says, "Off grid, Paul, stuck on Trump." I just didn't see it. Yeah, I haven't watched Off Grid in a while. I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway, so a lot of people think that Obama is the Antichrist. I heard even some people think Putin might be Antichrist. I personally don't think so. Putin, he's way too old. He's 70 or 71 years old now. And we are not there yet for Antichrist. He'd be way too old. I think Antichrist, just like devil mimics God in everything, whether it's numbers, you start with, look at numbers, God has numbers, 7, 12, and multiplications of it, and the devil too, 6, 666, or 13, devil's dozen, they say. So just like devil mimics God in everything, I'm sure Antichrist is probably gonna mimic Jesus in certain ways. I would think, and that's just my personal opinion, that Antichrist would be in his 30s uh, when he would reveal himself to the world. To me, to be a major politician, 30, of course, is way too young. But again, Antichrist, he's not just your regular run-of-the-mill politician. He's gonna be something else for sure. Obviously, he's gonna convince the world, and everybody's gonna like him. Some people, I heard all kinds of opinions. Some people thought William, from the royal family, that he's gonna be Antichrist. Some people say William's son, I forget his name, the one that's like 5 or 6 years old or 7 years old, whatever, he would be an Antichrist. Truth is, no one knows. In my opinion, even though Obama is older, he qualifies for Antichrist. He was, Antichrist. Um, yeah, people like him. He's got that way of, smiling at people and making people love him. Obama is a pretty slick. He speaks. He's a good speaker. So in my opinion, he could be. Although his age makes me wonder. So not sure. I guess we'll have to wait and see who's gonna be. But what's going on right now in Israel is bad news. It's just inches us closer and closer to the end. When Ukraine war started, I was thinking this is it. This is the beginning of Third World War, which is, in my opinion, true. I still think that. And then now 2 years almost went by since it started, and it doesn't stop there so far. Let's see. Andre Bauer is asking, do you have any relatives in Israel? No, I do not have any relatives in Israel. I knew some people, not sure if they were Russian or Ukrainians, they were Russian speaking, who went from here, from the United States to Israel. And they had a really hard time there, and it took them a while to get back here. But no relatives. Although I am a little bit of a Jew, I'm a mixture of everything. If you take my mother's side, my great grandfather, he was Polish. The rest are just Eastern Ukrainians. From my father's side, my great grandmother was Finnish, from Finland. My grandfather, my father's father, he was 100% Jew, which makes my father half Jew, which makes me a quarter Jew. So I'm just everything. Ukraine, Finland, Jewish, Polish, everything, whatever. I don't really focus too much on all these nationalities. But the Bible also talks about God gathering his children, which means Jews, in Israel. And I remember when we were migrating from USSR, I left when it was still USSR back in '89. Lots of Jews were leaving to Israel, actually. I'm from Kharkov, Ukraine. And there was huge Jewish population, and all of them were going to Israel. And at that time I thought, okay, we're going to the United States, they're going to Israel, that means God is gathering his people. I thought the end was near there. And then I remember there were several times, through in the past 30 years, that I thought the end is near, or we are at the end, and already 30 years went by. I remember I used to live at that time still in New York State, and I remember in the Time magazine they showed first family who took the chip. They put the chip implanted in their bodies, uh, father, mother, and their son, and they were saying, yeah, it's for our safety because they were all diabetics in case we need help, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh, chipping has begun. So, so this has got to be the end really near. Since then, went by 27, 28 years, I don't remember, a long time ago. And then, year 2000, Y2K, I remember this is when I first got into preparedness, before Y2K in 1999. Everybody was saying once year 2000 rolls in, all the computers are gonna stop working, and that's it. That's the end. Then I remember going to the bank branches, and they would say, "Okay, our computer system is ready for Y2K," and things like that. I remember I got myself a big 50-gallon drum, filled it up with gas because I wanted to have some gas on hand. I thought maybe all the gas stations will stop working, and what if I have an emergency? What if I need to go somewhere? I need a gas, right? I bought a bunch of batteries, flashlights, just basic stuff, but that was my first stab at preparedness. And after Y2K passed, nothing happened. Slowly, I used up my gas. I used up my supplies that I had, and I kind of drifted away from preparedness. And then I got back into preparedness when my son was born. He's 13 now. He just turned 13. Because I started to think, even forget about the end of the world or nuclear war, even if some just natural disasters happens, and nothing is working, no stores working, I need some supplies. I have a baby to feed, So anyway, that's when I got into preparedness more seriously, and I haven't stopped since then. Well, I drifted away from the main topic. Let me see what the chat says here. All right, Boxer Mom sounds like me, mixture of Irish, Lithuanian, all of it. Oh, you're Lithuanian. That's cool, Boxer Mom. Lithuania wasn't too far away. You used to be part of former Soviet Union. Okay. Jumbo Go Away says, that was all a money grab, Y2K. Yeah, I agree. Everybody were panic buying everything, I remember. Someone says, I just came. What country are you from? Well, I came I came from former USSR, Ukraine to be exact. Yeah, I'm Lithuanian and English. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Lithuania is a Baltic country. Lithuania, Estonia, and Latvia, Baltic countries. And by the way, Kaliningrad is right next to them. And this whole time, this is now digressing a little bit from Armageddon, but this whole time, the war is going on in Ukraine. I'm thinking that Putin might try to get back Baltics, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. And here is why. I'll explain to you why. There is few reasons. Number one, he wants to restore USSR. Second, most of you are familiar with Simpsons, right? And in their cartoons, they predict many things. And seems like, if not all of them, most of them come to pass. Many of them have come to pass. One of the cartoons that they had, I forget which episode, you can look it up, where they showed that Soviet Union was restored. And, in my opinion, Simpsons, I have no idea how do they know the future. They must be talking directly to the dark side to know what's going on, because how come everything they predict happens? And so they are predicting that USSR will be restored with all the former countries that used to make USSR, and then some, and some other ones. They say that Scandinavian Peninsula is going to be part of new USSR. That's hard to believe at this point. For me personally to imagine that would happen. I mean, all former republics, USSR used to call them republics, maybe, and even that's hard to imagine because obviously Ukraine is fighting back. A whole bunch of them, all those stans, they don't want to go back to USSR unless they're going to be taken by force. And same thing with the Baltic countries. Obviously, they're now NATO members. How are they going to get back to USSR? Hard for me to imagine. But the only way I can imagine is that they will be taken by force. In my opinion, and again, I could be wrong, it's just my opinion, if Putin tries to take Baltics, I personally don't think NATO is going to help him. Even though they're NATO members, they will probably help him like they maybe help Ukraine. Give them equipment, give them missiles, but I don't think NATO is going to help him with actual troops. I could be wrong. Here's what I think is happening. Just like during USSR, Warsaw Pact countries, they were a buffer zone for USSR. They were a buffer zone from the West. Same thing right now. NATO, all these countries, Baltic countries, Romania, Slovakia, or Czech Republic, they're all NATO members now. Do you think NATO truly cares for them? I personally don't think NATO does. I think they are unfortunately right in the middle between Russia and between Western Europe, and they're used as a buffer. They're just being used, in my opinion. Before they were used by USSR, now they're used by the West, but they're being used, nothing else, in my opinion. So, in my opinion, maybe if Russia would have a war with Poland is a big country, and Poland right now is like a warehouse for NATO to send all the help to Ukraine. Maybe NATO would defend Poland. Somehow, I don't think NATO is going to defend Baltic countries. And I could be wrong. I don't even know if Putin would, try to attack them. But if we are going to believe Simpsons, then they need to be part of new USSR. We'll see what happens, let me see what's going on here in the chat. Okay, MC Pro is back. Good to see you, my son. Once again, shout out to MC Pro 30. Check out his channel, MC Pro 30. He's got a great channel. Lots of interesting shorts, those short videos, and longer videos. Different models. So check him out. Okay, Andre Bauer says, I was never into prep until I started watching you And New York Prepper, really? Oh, that's cool, Andre. In my opinion, prepping, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's true. I just cannot agree more. You probably all heard this, and I've heard this. Prepping is like insurance policy, only a better one. You buy your insurance, your car insurance. Some people go all their life without having an accident, and they never use their insurance. All the money they paid, gone. Of course, occasionally you get into an accident and you actually get to use it. Cool. And there is all sorts of insurances, car insurance, house insurance, pet insurance, wedding insurance, life insurance, all sorts of insurance. Prepping is one of the best insurances. It's the stuff that you will use. And if you're careful with your preps, you try to rotate your preps, you actually you don't lose the money. You pay for your car insurance, house insurance. If you never have a fire in your house, if you never wreck your car, you'll never use that insurance. This, you spend the money now, and then you just rotate your stock. You don't lose anything. I buy medicine, even though medicine, I've watched so many videos on medicine. 5, 10 years old medicine still works. Most of it is 80-90% as potent as brand new. They put expiration date on it because they have to. But I don't know, eventually I guess everything expires. But medicine you can keep a long time. Nevertheless, all the over-the-counter medicine I have at home, box about this big, like a 1.5 by 1.5, really big box, full of all kinds of medicine that I don't touch. Every 2 or 3 years I take out from their Tylenol, ibuprofen, whatever, Benadryl, kids medicine, put fresh in there, and put this one in my cupboards to use. Same thing with food. I try to rotate. Once in a while I miss something, and that's when I make my videos with expired food, just to see how it works, how it tastes if it's expired. You can check out my videos, there's a few of them. But yeah, if you rotate your stock, you really not losing any money at all with this insurance. So yeah, Andre, I'm glad you're into prepping. New York Prepper is really, really serious prepper. I mean, I consider myself an okay prepper. I have probably food for my entire family that I could live on for probably 2.5, 3 months without going to store. I have lots of freeze-dried food, lots of stuff in cans, and things of that nature. Besides food, other supplies. New York Prepper, he's on another level. He's truly good prepper. As most of you know, I met with him. We are good friends. He lives on right off I-80, and every time I drive through his area, we meet. So very convenient. I mean, since I've been a truck driver, I probably met with New York Prepper, I would say probably close to a dozen times. So we know each other really well. And yeah, he's a good prepper. Same thing, back to prepping. You buy some good quality tools. If you buy, some throwaway tools, yeah, you use it once, twice, it breaks, you throw it away. You buy some good quality tools, they will last you a lifetime. So yeah, there's no losing with prepping in my opinion. So I'm glad, Andre, you're into prepping. Yeah, New York Prepper, by the way, many of you know him. I'm sure many of you probably watch him. If some of you don't watch him, want to know news, he's one of the best sources for the news. He makes at least 2 videos a day, all, what just happened, everything fresh news. So really good source of news. I watch him almost daily, but I also watch lots of Russian and Ukrainian news, some other American news, but most of the news that I watch in English, I actually just watch New York Prepper. So really good source. Anyway, so let's see. Jumbo Go Away says Brenda Weltner breaks down end times. Oh, I never heard of Brenda Weltner. I have to look her up. Brenda Weltner. Okay. Yeah, we are into end times. And Jesus said that I'm coming back soon. So it's been 2,000 years. However, we are, I think, now at the end of the end times, in my opinion. The ticket says iPad Go to. Oh, iPad Go to. I don't know exactly what you mean. The ticket. Anne Marie B says hello. I am shopping. Seeing your. Oh, and you're watching me while you're shopping. Cool, Anne Marie. Well, great. Thanks for joining. All right. Okay, Jumbo Go Away says, I saw a pet goat, hard to understand for me. I saw a pet goat. Okay, I'm not sure, Jumbo, what exactly you try to say. Someone says, do you know if there will be a war with England? I don't know, but in my personal opinion, England is with United States, with NATO. They're just gonna have war. Whoever NATO has a war with, but I personally don't think that England will be by itself involved. No, it's part of NATO. So I don't think so. I think, let's imagine hypothetically, if Russia, for example, if Russia just decides that, this is it, we just start bombing all the NATO and start sending missiles to United States, they'll just bomb everybody. Obviously France and Germany and Britain. So who knows if that will happen. I think this about when it comes to nuclear weapons. Israel might have no choice but to use nuclear weapons because if they are surrounded by all the enemies conventionally, they may not be able to do it. They may have to drop some low yield nuke. And if that happens, then that wouldn't surprise me if Russia would then drop a nuke or two. Because, everybody is trying to hold off and not to use nuclear weapons. But if somebody uses somewhere in the world, possibly Russia would too. Who knows? By the way, I saw a video. I want to give shout out to Samantha at twitch.sam, I think her channel is. Just look up Samantha at Twitch, something like that. If you look it up, it'll pop. Her channel will pop. And she made a video I watched this morning, and that video was about her dreams about the United States. And some of it was that there was Chinese soldiers on the soil. None of us want this to happen. It's hard to imagine because we're surrounded here by the oceans. Mexico on the south side, Canada on the north side. It's hard to imagine that would happen, but it could. Anything could happen. In my opinion, China is getting powerful. And who knows, if China unites together with Russia, it'd be serious force, for sure. And let's hope that it's not going to come to these shores, but it could. Okay, let's see. Boxer Mom says, yeah, iPad Gold has so much imagery, symbolism in every inch. Really? Oh, I am not familiar with iPad Gold at all. I have to see what it is. It sounds interesting, not in a good way, but so, if you talk about all the imagery and symbolism in it, iPad Gold. Very interesting. Okay. Watchman says the Russians lost 2 ships, 1 missile carrier in the Black Sea. It could have been some sort of DO weapon. Yeah, who knows? It's impossible. It doesn't matter how strong you are, your military, whatever. If there is a war, it's impossible not to lose anything. And obviously, they have their losses too. Besides the actual people that are losing by the hundreds every day, well, obviously they're losing equipment and ships and everything. Boxer Mom says Simpsons have to be in the touch with dark side. Yeah, I agree, Boxer Mom. Uh, how else do you explain the fact that everything that they predict comes to pass? If not everything, most of it. So, and by the way, Simpsons, I think they're from Portland, Oregon, I believe. And I think even some streets that are in Portland, they use those names in their cartoons. It's really interesting. Okay, Anne Marie says, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Amen to that. I agree, Anne Marie. I'm sure you're talking about prepping, for sure. Annie Oakley says, demons no, because time does not exist the way we think. Yeah, that's very possible. I'm sure, okay, for example, when it comes to when will Jesus return, the Bible says no one knows day or the hour. But if you look at the fig tree, you have the idea. So, yeah, some things devil doesn't know, or us obviously, but he still knows a lot, I'm sure. So yeah, I'm sure Simpsons are connected to the dark side, no doubt in my mind. Okay, Anne Marie says, Oleg, I vacuum seal all my medicine. Oh, that's a good idea, Anne. Yeah, I don't vacuum seal my medicine. My medicine, as I said, in a clear box. I see what's in it, and I rotate it every 2, 3, 4 years. Whenever I think about it, I think, oh, it's been a while, so I start to look what I need to take out and put in place the same thing. But vacuum and sealing, that's even better. It'll probably be 10 years will go by and it'll be as good as new, I'm pretty sure. Okay. All right. Louis Lomeli says, look behind you. So I don't know. He said it 3 times. I don't know. Behind me, all I have is my curtain in my truck. So I'm not sure exactly what you mean, Louis. Raisa Koval is my mom. Shout out to my mom. She says, God bless you and keep you safe always. Thank you, Mom. God bless you too and keep you safe always as well. And give you lots of health and years to live. As well as my dad. All right. Andre Bauer says, what kind of medicine do you keep at home that can last a long time? Okay, Andre. I keep in my medicine box that I personally have every type of medicine that I have ever used. And I'm talking about over-the-counter medicine. Just basic medicine, Tylenol, ibuprofen, Benadryl, Aleve, just whatever. If, in my opinion, if there is a medicine that you used at least once, chances are you're going to need it again. So put it in the box, some ointments, you cut yourself, you need to put ointments, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just buy, the more medicine you have, the better off you are. Because if you're sick and SHTF hits, chances are no one's going to help you. Who knows if hospital's going to function. And if they will, they probably would be loaded with people, overloaded with people. So you need to rely on yourself. Most of all, rely on God. But also God gave us brain. We need to prepare and be ready for just, I'll say this again. I said it before in my videos or live stream. There used to be a Pastor Huck. There used to be a church in Portland called New Beginnings. He moved to Dallas, actually, to Fort Worth, Dallas area, and his church, New Beginnings, is there. Half of the church from Portland moved with him. Anyway, he often used to say, and I love it, he said, many times. He said, do your best, God will do the rest. So we need to do best to our abilities, best to our knowledge. The rest, rely and hope that God will take care of it. So I like that. Do your best, God will do the rest. I repeat it to myself pretty much on a daily basis. Okay. Yeah, New York Pepper does a great job. Yes, I agree. His news are like second to none, in my opinion. Very accurate. Because I watch news from different Russian and Ukrainian sources, and and I listen to his news as well, and it's always right on the money. It's really good quality content for sure. Highland Husky says the triggers in the front are the first thread, the knife in the back more dangerous. Don't know what it means. Must be some American saying or something that I'm not aware of. Okay. And Jamie says, stay safe there on the roads. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Jamie. Hello, Roger Smith. Good to see you, my friend. Shando says, USA is a mystery Babylon. We are toast. Yeah, I agree, Shando. USA definitely is mystery Babylon. I mean, I can't say definitely, but I agree. It is. Okay. Anne Marie says BRB. Oh, be right back. Okay, cool. Some abbreviations, I don't know. Well, I'm not. I've been here a long time, but still, I'm not a real American, so sometimes I don't know some abbreviations. Okay, hello Ainsley Brian, hi. Okay, let's see what else is here. Yeah, Taya says Jesus Christ second coming is soon. Yes, I agree, 100%. Okay. Okay, Roger Smith wants to see my bug out bag. You know what? I'll show it next time, because I have a bag in here, and I have many supplies in my truck. That some of them I use, some of them I have it on the shelves. If I had to just drop my truck like a bad habit, I would have all my stuff that I'm gonna take with me in a matter of few minutes. So, yes, Dean Thomas, all praise, honor, and glory to our Lord and risen Savior. Amen. Amen to that. Jumbo Go Away says, I know some painkillers lose potency. Yeah, they do lose a little bit of potency. I can't recall now which one's which, but I watched a few videos regarding medicine that they tested the potency. Some medicines were 5, 6, 7 years old, and most of it was the same. Some of it lost a little bit. But okay, let's say Tylenol. Let's just talk basic medicine. Let's say it loses 20% of potency, 30% of potency. Okay, then instead of 2, you take 3 of them, and that's it. Problem solved. Okay. Okay, K Clab says, shout out me for a sub. Well, shout out to K Claps. Thanks for joining. Welcome. Jumbo says, find the cure, not the meds. Yeah, of course, it's the best find the cure. But let's say you're in dire straits, in some bad situation, in some SHTF situation, whatever. You have awful headache and you can't even function. Yeah, who knows what caused it? Maybe high blood pressure, maybe stress, maybe who knows what else. Maybe you got sick, you pop a couple of pills, your headache goes away, you can think clearly what to do next. So, in my opinion, medicine is on a high priority list, in my opinion. Highland Husky says, I wish I had the old military drugs for Air Force pilots. Yeah, I'm sure they have pretty good drugs, no doubt. Nick P says, hello, I'm a truck insurance agent. Thank you for all you do. Yeah, Nick, yeah, as I said before, there's many kinds of insurances, and prepping is one insurance that does not go to waste. Don Moeller says, are you a trucker masseur? Not sure what that means, Don. You probably hear my accent, and that's because I'm not an American. Sometimes I come across words that I don't know. And Unicorn says, hello, Oleg. Hi, Unicorn. Hello. Okay. Yeah, Mario says spaghetti. Yeah, spaghetti is great food. I love spaghetti. I like anything, to be honest. Okay. And Jumbo Go Away says, freedom, honk, honk. I'm from Canada. All right. So you're Canadian, Jumbo. Good. Good to see you in here. Anyway, to sum it up, I think we talked enough about Armageddon. So to sum this stream up, in my opinion, lots of people, when they say Armageddon, they refer to nuclear war or to end times, which probably both, well, end times for sure, and nuclear war is probably part of actual Armageddon, the Battle of Armageddon. There was a movie Armageddon back 20 years ago or so that had nothing to do with, and Jesus coming back and stuff like that. But anyway, so people use this term loosely, but the Bible clearly says, and read Revelation 16:16 if you want to, that's going to be the final battle with all the kings of the world, of the earth. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wind down the stream, so thank you everybody, whoever joined. Thanks for your commenting, and thanks for watching me and watching my videos as well. God bless everybody, and we'll see you next time in the next stream, in the next upload. Take care.